Welcome to Rise from the Ashes. Our podcast looks at various issues for families. We'll be talking with attorneys about personal and legal concerns having to do with divorce, custody, and parenting time. There are also a few topics about letting go, moving on, and new beginnings. Please keep in mind this podcast is only to inform and help to understand legal and personal issues as they relate to family law. It should not be considered as a replacement for a qualified family law attorney. When in doubt, please contact a professional. Rise from the Ashes, focusing on matters of the family, because family matters. Hi, and welcome to our podcast, Rise from the Ashes. I'm David Braddock, and I'm going to be your host for the program. And we've got with us today Susan Mundahl of Mundahl Law. About 30 years of experience, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Not only family law, but a little bit of a smattering of understanding about workers' compensation and bankruptcy law, too. But that is important in family law at times. But my focus and what I practice exclusively in right now is family law. And that includes divorces, custody, parenting time matters, child support, step-parent adoption, those types of things.
So this particular podcast, and this will be our introductory podcast, in which we'll be talking about some of the areas that we'll be covering on the podcast channel Rise from the Ashes.
I think the primary focus of these podcasts is because number one question my clients always have, or the number one issue they say, is that they really don't understand what's going on. And this is a very complicated area. Our hope is through these series of podcasts is to give you, or certainly someone going through a divorce or custody and parenting time action, the tools to understand what's going on at any time. We hope that we're going to be talking about the various areas of negotiations that go on. We're going to talk about the players, meaning what each role is for the various people, the participants themselves. But family law is a little more complicated than that.
All right. This is the podcast to follow if you are going to be involved or are even presently involved in a divorce process to maybe get some of those very basic questions answered.
We'd love to assist you by giving you information in these series of podcasts.
And if you're in the Twin Cities area, a good place to call would be
Mundahl Law. We're located in Maple Grove, and we are only a phone call away or an email away. We have a fantastic staff that can answer your questions initially and also set you up for appointments to meet with us.
And if you're outside of the Minneapolis, St. Paul, Twin Cities area and you have questions, we're going to have links on the podcast site so that if we can, we will do our best to try to address any answers and possibly even to refer you to a local attorney in your area.
Right. And I do think that if you have any questions, do direct them to us and say, please consider this for a topic for a future podcast. We would love to hear from you because, again, we are trying to keep these podcasts focused on your needs as, the average person trying to get through a divorce and trying to really understand what the process is.
Well, very good. Thank you so much, Susan.
Thank you, David.
You are listening to Rise from the Ashes, the podcast channel that takes a careful look at all things having to do with legal procedure within the family law process. Rise from the Ashes is sponsored by Mundahl Law, who specializes in assisting families and individuals through the legal process with respect, dignity, and caring. Mundahl Law is dedicated to helping people to solve their legal problems. You can visit the Mundahl Law website at mundahllaw.com or call to schedule a consultation with one of their qualified family law attorneys. Rise from the Ashes, focusing on matters of the family, because family matters.